What? Oh, it looks like OKL is in here. Well, no, both teams did end up joining the room, so I do believe there's not going to be a penalty, but they do need to finish quickly. So we will. Let's hopefully we can start this sooner than later.
Once again, we're just waiting for one player from Squid Knights to join. I think it's the same player who DC'd earlier.
It is not. OKL is in the lobby, so we're waiting.
OKL was the one who DC'd. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Well, you and me have the password. Do you want to hop in and play for them so we can get this one started? Or
I kind of do.
You kind of do? Yeah.
Kind of do. Okay. Oh my god.
So the official ruling is Squid Knights has 3 more minutes to get into this room. Otherwise, this first game will go to Splat or Swim. So those of you in the chat, get your timers out and get ready to get them started.
Yeah.
And a player has joined the lobby. Well, that's all it took, didn't it?
There we go. You can get started now. A little threatening from staff never hurts, right?
So once again, we are looking at Clam Blitz Piranha Pit. The funky weapons that we saw got brought up earlier are not the weapons that the teams have to use.
Correct.
So we will see some actual legit comps, unless they were going to go with the Aerospray, K-Shot, Tri-Slosher, Gargle Mess that they had shown earlier.
I mean, you say Tri-Slosher, Gargle Mess, and I say aggressive as heck comp, and I'm ready for it, and I want to see it. And it doesn't look like we're starting already.
Aggressive as heck Gargle Mess. So here we go. We're finally getting ready to start Top Cut. Do keep in mind that if Squid Knight DCs at any point from here on out, they just got to keep playing. They don't get any more redos. And that is what I was kind of expecting to see from Splat or Swim. A vanilla Hydra with no apologies that they use on this team. And a double armor comp coming out with the side of an NZAP and a Junior electing to go with the range Tri-Slosher. So they could have used quad ink armor if they wanted to.
Definitely. We do also see that there is the equivalent of a Dynamo that does have armor on the side of Synergy Knights. Or no, Squid Knights, my bad.
Scoped E-Leader. I believe that is the Bubble and Beacon one as well. So a very interesting comp coming out for the side of Squid Knights. Definitely unconventional, but again, with low ink, you'll see a lot of weird stuff that doesn't exactly go with the meta, and more so what teams are more comfortable with. And it's obviously worked for them as they've found a way to get the top cut here. Splat or Swim looking to get their opening push going here before losing 2 players, as you see Dynamo looking to do a flank here for Squid Knights, getting up the wall. I don't know if they have a power clam. They do actually to go with it. However, Dynamo does get down from the splash down from the Hydra.
Definitely, we do see that Hydra using that splash to its fullest ability, and the Dynamo is ready for a flank. That could have been very vital to the push. Baller coming out here going to try to make this happen. They are going to score on the side of Squid Knights, and they're going to push with the bubbles and try to get some map control. They are going to go down though.
Yes, 2 players going down, as well as the Dynamo. Before getting a trade though, this could be the end of the push. There is one clam that could go in. Actually, it looks like that player was stuck at useless sharking, was able to get a pick in before Kanan was able to knock them down. So with 2 players down for the side of Squid Knights, Splat or Swim able to get control of map here, as well as gather up some clams to force the clan economy into their favor.
Yes, we do see that Splatter or Swim has a ton of map control, allowing them to force the enemies out of their area as quick as they can, and as well as keep control they have of all the enemies area as well, allowing them to have control of engagements.
Our Squid Knights in a good position here, or were in a good position. They had a lot of clams and the bodies to take another push. However, Splat or Swim able to knock it down with Kanan here on the Junior, trying to get control of mid and get some clams as well. The Junior has already popped armor, but again, they have a double armor comp so that they can combine it with the N-Zap. They could find a way to keep this map control going here.
Yep, and we do see Kanan here, again, trying to keep that control. Definitely focused more on supporting its teammates than it is on aggressing, but it is where they need to be. This junior is doing what they need to do, where they need to do it, and they're making it happen. We do see the push is getting started here. Kanan's going to go behind this Dynamo and try to get the kill. Going to get the kill, and going to push up to basket. Going to go down to the one on small conveyor belt, and the Dynamo is now flanking the Splatter Squid members up by their own basket. Brawler going to get a kill here. Going to push up and grab clams, hopefully to grab more control of this map.
So the lead will stay with the side of Squid Knights as we drop under 2 minutes to go. If Splatter Swim is able to pop the goal with one power clam, it will be enough to tie the score. So they'll just need one more clam to get a lead. So even though you're Squid Knights, you shouldn't be feeling comfortable right now, especially with one of your players down and a lot of clams on the side of Splatter Swim as they're able to get 2 picks as well. Baller going in here, trying to get into a 1v4 situation, gets punished for it, and now here comes a good push, potentially coming from Splatter Swim, that could get the lead if they find a way to get a power clam into the goal, and they do, and there does not go the lead because the jump was a little short, but eventually power clams do get in, and they get it anyways.
Yep, this try here going to go try to extend these engagements. Dynamo's not having it. They're going to give jumps to teammates to get back in. And the Roller's probably going to put more beacons up so the teammates can even get back in quicker. We do also see that the Dynamo's got this pity claim here. They've taken it a little early because they need to make this push now because they only have 50 seconds left and they need to use these 50 seconds wisely. We do see Tri-Slasher there in mid. Going to be asserting a little pressure on this Dynamo. Dynamo's kind of pushing up here using its bombs to claim area. And the Tri is still once again aggressing it as well as the junior.
2 players going down though for the side of Squid Knights, and they do have armor ready to go. And with 25 seconds, there's still some time going here, but the teammates keep dropping despite that armor. So if you're Splatter Swim, you're looking to create some more pressure here, especially when you have more clams than the enemy team. Squid Knights just struggling to get the picks they need to get out of their spawn.
Yep. We do see the E-Leader here still gonna try. It does have those bubbles ready, and they're gonna pop them. Not necessarily early, just in time to make this push happen. The splashdown gonna deny the bubbles though, and missiles also gonna be used to pressure. They do have the clam in an area ready to push, but will they have enough time? Let's find out. The jump comes in, they're not close enough to the basket, and they're gonna get slain.
However, they stalled just. Well, no. So that yes, I got a little confused on which team was which there, but yeah. That was That is a win for Splatter Swim. Very high KA coming out from the N-Zap, as you're going to see here. And again, it's interesting that they choose to go with the Vanilla Hydra, but it's obviously a comfort pick, and it obviously works for them.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to go with what you trust over what you think is best for the comp. There's a balance to that. Like, you need to do what is good for your team and good for you. If you can't do anything in the game because you picked a weapon you're not familiar with, you're not going to be able to output what you need to output.
And that splashdown definitely came in handy there to cancel those bubbles that could have done a lot of damage. Possibly could have saved the game there with that splashdown on the bubbles. So Squid Knights had a player leave the lobby. I don't know if they're subbing somebody out or if they're still having internet issues. They do have a big roster. Okay, yeah, somebody. It looks like they did sub out.
See, now that is what I like to see from a team. A very efficient, quick sub in, sub out. They had a player ready that you could tell they were ready to join the lobby as soon as they have their fingers on the buttons. That is what we expect to see here in low ink.
But why didn't they do that 10 minutes ago? That's the question.
That is a good question. Oh, well,
and another.
Left?
Does that count as a? Okay, so obviously the stream can't see what's going on because you guys see the overlay, but we can see the actual lobby. Are they trying to sub somebody out, or was that like a DC? They were shifting a lot of players around there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm asking right now.
Well, while you deal with that, the next match is Splat Zones at Hotel. So I think we might see a Hydra come back out here. Actually, we probably will see a Hydra come back out here. This is a map where range is king, and it used to be a requirement that you brought ballpoint to this map and mode.
It does seem that was actually a disconnect. It was not a sub. So that would be the second game. So that's I believe that is a. That's interesting. So what's happening, it seems, is that the players are joining the lobby, and then they're getting kicked almost immediately for whatever reason.
Could we switch hosts earlier?
I don't know what the plan is here. Maybe we have one of them host. I feel like. Let me grab some input here. Just ready up. Let's have them knock out, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. Regardless, let's either that or just leave the room and.
Yeah, just disconnect the room. It'll be quicker.
Yeah, that'd be quicker. Just have it because they're gonna have to rejoin anyways.
Maybe the plan. I think we'll be right back for a little bit. We might need a minute to sort this out.
All right, so we are going to switch hosts. We are going to play the second game. However, from this point out, if there is a DC from Squid Knights, they will just be out of luck, and we'll have to just play on out. The DC occurred at an awkward time right as this lobby host hit OK on the room, and that's when the player left. So there's a little bit of confusion on if they were subbing out or DCing. However, with the time ticking away as it is, so we're not going to spend 22 minutes just getting one game in. At this point on, it's either you play the game, or if you DC, you're just out of luck.
Yes, so the other part I do want to mention, real quick, sorry, is because we're running out of time for this set, and I do believe the set ends at the 40-minute marker of the hour, correct? And so they only have time for 4 more games at most, if they knock out any of them. So hopefully the Zones game goes quick so they can get in, and let's get them started.
So the room is up. And so far, we've made it to the weapon select stream with 8 players still in the lobby. We are making some progress here. So once again, we are at Hotel Splat Zone. Splatter Swim is up 1-0 after winning a close Clan Blitz game at the pit. And both teams are readying up rather quickly, which we'd like to see. Once again, but there was a sub on the side of Squid Knights, so they do have some different. They do have a different roster. I'm not quite sure what they're going to be bringing out as far as comp-wise go. The person named Dynamo was coincidentally using Dynamo in last game, so not sure if they'll be using it here.
Correct. All right, we do see that Vanilla Hydra coming back out here, and we also see a K-Pro on the side of SOS.
Send a ballpoint coming out for Squid Knights as they booyah. They're excited to get this game going, as are we. The camera is switching over to Nico now with the the Vanilla Junior popping armor immediately as the ballpoint goes down for the side of Squid Knights, as well as the K-Pro. So Zone initially going into controller Splatter Swim, who's ready to get this game started.
We do see...
I'm sorry, quick note, that is actually the custom Hydra. So they do want to keep that double armor comp going here. Dropping the N-Zap for the that would be the K-Pro instead of the N-Zap because they still have the Tri-Slosher.
Correct. I do want to make note that this is the new Evo ballpoint. So this does have the Rain instead of the Inkjet, which is not necessarily a bad choice, but I do think it's a little interesting because we do see that they want to be a little less aggressive and more kind of controlled over the area and be able to push back in. Inkjet's good, but Inkjet's kind of, you get that Hydra into not the Hydra, the ballpoint into a bad position, and you can't really get back in as easily all the time.
3 players immediately going down for the side of Squid Knights as Splatter Swim looking to stall the zone before they lose lead. Players coming back in, desperately jumping to those beacons that the ballpoint was putting down, as you said, but the control is going to go to Splatter Swim. who does have armor ready, and you see the splat bombs coming from the junior, forcing Squid Knights back. And it looks like all the players for Squid Knights are stuck on the opposite side of the zone, so it's very difficult for them to get pushing forward. But with the Booyah Bomb, a counter Booyah Bomb, so it looked like Squid Knights was able to get control of the zone there, but they do not. Instead, it stays with Splat or Swim, at least for now, who loses 2 players.
They are going to trade there. We do see that this Dynamo is going to get that pick that's very necessary, and they're going to be able to control this zone for a little bit longer, hopefully get this lead off this push. Dynamo's going to go here, try to get rid of that Hydra, and it does. Very important, crucial kill here. Try going to engage this Dynamo as well. Dynamo's going to get the kill and going to pop that Booyah and probably going to throw it towards that where that Hydra is going to be.
Yeah, about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here. Squid Knights threatening to take control of lead unless some sort of special push here stalls it, and it does not. So lead will go to Squid Knights, at least temporarily, if Splat or Swim can find a way to stall the zone. Getting a nice pick on the ballpoint, and a nice double here for the Tri-Slosher, which will give control of the zone to Splat or Swim. However, Squid Knights threatening to take it back almost immediately as this Tri-Slosher goes down.
Yes, indeed. This Dynamo's going to throw that Booyah on zone. They're going to try to get their K-Pro out of there and safe, or at least into a controlled area. And their K-Pro is back with them now, and we do see that they're going to get that pick immediately on that junior. Dynamo still asserting pressure, going to go for that side flank, maybe going to go down here. Yes.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen much out of either team. It's both teams have pretty much been staying on their side of mid and just trying to contest zone from there. So it's this Dynamo is at least the first time we've seen on stream where somebody's trying to flank on this map and put pressure on the team and take attention away from the zone.
Yes. You see the Dynamo's going to go down to the Hydra here. Hydra's also going to go down to a trade by the Ballpoint. Ballpoint's going to use that rain, going to push that pressure again onto that K-Pro. Ballpoint's going to go around the side here, going to be kind of cut off a little bit by the Tri. Going to get the Tri kill though, and is going to kind of push back by this rail, put some beacons down, and going to get ready to apply more pressure to that Hydra, which this is a battle of the backlines right here. Hydra going to go down.
Yes, battle of the... And the Ballpoint's in good position there. We finally found a way to get out of from the back of their zone and onto the bridge. More importantly, the enemy bridge, so they're able to keep control and the fight away from the zone, and able to grab a lot more points from the lead. However, it does eventually go to Splat or Swim, as we see the Tri-Slosher here having difficulty staying alive, able to get a pick, surviving with the help of rain, as they eat away at all their penalty points. So now they're doing some permanent damage. The Tri-Slosher doing some work here on this spectator cam.
Ballpoint's going to get the kill on that. Going to get the kill on that Tri. And you see the juniors trying to push back in over here. Going to be pressured by that Ballpoint. Not going to be quite allowed back into the zone. Splat or Swim needs to grab that zone now, or they're not going to be able to might not have enough time to push back in. We do see that Squid Knights does grab the zone, and the Tri are going to go to an engage here. The K-Pro goes down the side of Squid Knights, and the Dynamo's going to try to keep pressure on that zone to keep it, so they don't have to worry about it over time. We do see Splat or Swim's going to grab control of the zone once again. They do need to delete that penalty before they can start scoring again. They only need to score 6 points to win the penalty of around 18 left.
Kanan trying to get a pick here that could help his team win the game. 2 players going down though. Squid Knights throwing the Booyah Bomb. The custom Hydra, the last player alive, is not able to get control of the zone. So after a lengthy delay, Game 2 does go to Squid Knights to tie up this best of 5 series at 1-1. Indeed,
I'm kind of glad that I was right about both teams at least scoring 1 point on the board for each of those according maps. We do want to take note that we are going to be moving on here. Hopefully we finish up quick. We are like a little bit behind schedule here. They need to finish these games quickly before we can move on.
Yes, the Squid Knights, I understand they need to be subbing here, but we need to they need to sub a little bit quicker so we can get this one going.
We are in top 16, so I will be putting the maps in the chat for them to notice. I do believe it says it, but I just want to put them in there anyways.
Regardless, we are officially moving on to Kelt Dome Tower Control. This showed up in Ludi a couple of weeks ago. It's definitely an awkward map, but the key here is getting past that first checkpoint, because the tower moves away from the enemy spawn all the way to the second checkpoint. So once you get past that first checkpoint, there's just so many easy points for you to gobble up. And if you're playing defense, you want to hold on to that first checkpoint as long as you can.
Yes. We do also want to note that once you do get the final checkpoint is also one of the hardest ones at the same time, though, because you're right out of the spawn where that enemy's defending. But if you can push up hard enough and you have inkjets or armor, you generally can finally score that final points on the board. We do see that Hydra coming out here again.
Yes, that is the vanilla Hydra. Interesting pick. I guess not interesting for them, but there's so many specials that just don't seem to work on this map. Splashdown can be awkward. Tenta missiles can be awkward. Booyah can be awkward if you don't throw it in the right spot. Those railings just kind of mess up a lot of things going on here. But we do see armor coming out for both teams, as well as that double roller comp and a double point sensor comp coming out for Squid Knights. That's interesting. I wonder why they need 2 point sensors. Who they're trying to find.
Yeah, I mean, if they were worried about a roller, there aren't any on the team, but we do definitely see that because they do have rain, that does kind of allow their comp to be a little mix and matchy with the ball or rain and the booyah. You can do a lot of pressure, a lot of real quick to grab that zone. You have things on the ready whenever you need them.
You see Ivan there working the grates. A really good position for a Splatling to be at, as they do. Squid Knights does get past that first checkpoint. So here comes the stop from Splat or Swim. Can they keep all these points that can just be ridden out as it moves away from the tower? Can they stall it? And as 2 players go down, it looks like the answer for now is no, as a lot of pressure coming out from Squid Knights to keep this push going as they just cruise to the second checkpoint.
You do see this Capo here coming out, gonna get some of these frags that they need to make sure this play is stopped as soon as possible. The Capo's gonna go at it, and the Capo's gonna go down with the Dynamo. Dynamo's gonna be exerting pressure on this grades here, trying to get rid of that player, trying to zone them out so they can still score and get through this final checkpoint and finally knock out. We do see the Capo coming back here, gonna go down to the roller. The roller's gonna go here, get possibly another kill, but the Hydra is gonna save it. Hydra's gonna be pushed out by the Booyah Bomb.
And this looks like it could be a 1v1 for the match, well, as players start to respond in here. Players for Squid Knights jumping in desperately to the tower and is able to get their bodies on. It looks like they all died. Oh, wait, no, actually, one player did survive. So, I thought they died and their death was enough momentum to carry them over to the finish line, but a dominant win by Squid Knights, using those point sensors to their advantage, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. We do see the next game is going to be Rainmaker on Wahoo World here, and this one's definitely a little interesting because you have a few ways you can push, and depending on how aggressive your comp is, you either push to the left and you go for a slower push, and you just make sure you have the picks to push it, or you go for the sneakier push and you go faster with inkjets and armor around the slick, and you definitely try to dominate the enemies there.
And this is a best of 5, so now the score is 2-1 in favor of Squid Knights. So Squid Knights win this next one, they will be moving on to top 8. But Splat or Swim, if they can find a way to get a win here, they will force a do or die game 5. Once again, Squid Knights with their deep roster changing up their comp again. Ivan coming out, they were the remix player, bringing in, what is this, Diao? Diwo? Dio?
I'm gonna say Diao because it sounds like meow. Diao.
Froggy breaking out his best Uwu language as Squid Knights have already readied up.
Yep, that's kind of my plan here. I'm kind of excited. This set's actually looking really interesting now that it's actually starting to play. At Inky, press A.
After this one is done, we'll give you guys an update on the other scores going on. In fact, all the other games are already done. We're just waiting on this match to get finished.
Yeah, this is the last one, and luckily they gave us till 40 to get it started, because we definitely needed till 40.
looks like a vanilla heavy coming out for the side of Splatter Swim. So they dropped the Hydra in favor of the Stingray for Rainmaker. As well as CDS that we haven't seen them use at this point as well. That double roller comp coming out once again for Squid Knights, the Dynamo Crack-On combination. Interesting to see the Crack-On, however, beacons can be very helpful on this map.
Definitely, I do definitely like the they keep the double roller, and I definitely feel like that's really strong for them. They're making it work, and it's something that I really like about this meta that we're getting into, is that you can make almost any weapon work if you play good enough with it.
We see Splatter Swim getting a pick here. Kanan starting to push up, trying to create some space for them to freely pick up the Rainmaker and start a push with a couple of specials ready to go. However, we have Stingray up for both teams, so we might see a Stingray battle. It's something you don't really see too often in 2020, but, well, who's this? Squid Knights is able to survive the splashdown, pick up the Rainmaker, and are now pushing through the elbow and getting a pretty huge score for this map and mode, honestly.
Definitely. When you hit past that 45 marker, that's kind of where you want to aim. If you're going for a smaller push, if you're going for a larger push, you want to be able to get there, die there, and then push it even further if you can. At least around elbow. When it comes to Slick, you want to get to 35 or higher.
It did come at the cost of 3 players' lives for the side of Squid Knight. However, the one player that did survive was able to charge up Stingray, and you see Stingray coming out trying to stop this Rainmaker before it can even get started, and is actually able to do so. So the nice play by the Stingray there to get their first kill of the game and stop this opening push.
Yes, and you do see this roller definitely doing some damage on their carousel, not allowing these players to use that carousel to anybody's advantage other than their own. You do see the roller here going to be painting a path, it looks like, almost kind of towards carousel, and having beacons ready for the teammates to jump to when the time
I wonder
comes.
if that's what side of... Oh, he was on the enemy side.
Yeah.
I wonder if Splatter Swim saw that. He seemed to kind of get there kind of freely. I'd be interested to see if he has a beacon behind that map there.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how they address that as well. Like, did they already decide to eliminate those beacons, or are they planning more to just let it be and just knock out themselves? If they can ignore the flanks, they can keep it up. And we see the roller has got splatted, and now it's probably going to come back and go to one of those beacons if they are still there. A few trades coming off here versus the splatter shots and the pros. And this is the pro. Stingray coming out here from mid, from Diao. He's going to be using it to apply pressure on that Rainmaker, and the push is still at 45, as we see. It's not 43. It's not quite past the point where they want to get it on Slick to get those extra points in, but we do see the counter Stingray going to come out here, kill Diao, and Kipu is going to take the Rainmaker and try to make this push happen, or at least start one.
Diao. As 2 players go down. Oh, 3 players now go down for the side of Splatter Swim. We're going to see a Booyah Bomb coming in directly onto the Rainmaker. They're actually threatening to put even more points up. You can get a lot more points going through that short route in mid there, as they got dangerously close to adding more points. But if you're Splatter Swim, facing elimination, win it in about 25 away from being eliminated here. They need to find a way to get a few more picks so that they can get a push of their own. It's just a matter of which side do they decide to take this Rainmaker once they get the opportunity to do so.
Definitely, we are coming up on the last minutes though, so this game is going to be determined as of this match. If Splatter Swim takes the win here, they will win the set. If not, Squid Knights will take the set as well. That is the determinant of this game. So this last minute is the most crucial one there is in this game.
Splat roller making a lot of key picks there on the plat. The Rainmaker player for Splatter Slim actually had to back up with the Rainmaker, so they were so when they died with the Rainmaker on their side of the base, which is opening up the opportunity for Squid Knights to make a push here, especially when they don't know where this roller is, and with Baller as well. The fight on the wrong side of the map for Splatter Swim, who is now with 30 seconds away from being eliminated unless they can find a way to get a push going here. With the Stingray coming out, maybe a bit too early considering there's still 20 seconds left on the clock. Might be able to get a pick on the Rainmaker, will not. But however, the CDS does go down for Splatter Swim, and the Rainmaker is lost along with the K-Pro. So with 2 players left alive, basically just this K-shot, trying to get a pick or two so they can pop the Rainmaker. that should be it. I don't know how Splatter Swim can pop it and pick it up in time, and they do not. So we are finally at the end of round 1. Squid Knights, after losing the first match, bounce back to win 3-1 in this best of 5. They will be moving on.
Yep. Have a dream.
To give you guys a quick update, since all the other games are finished, we told you that upsets could happen. Number 16, Boreal Phoenix, beat the number 1 seed Stargaze 3-1. And we're going to, I guess, not that there's not other scores of note to mention there, but I got to use the bathroom. And we got to get the next round started anyway, so we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
You are watching Low Ink Top Cut.